From being a relative unknown in the auction world 2 years ago, wb&sons has ascended to the forefront of the UK classic car auction scene. And believe it or not, they've got time for one more sale. After hosting auctions every 6 weeks in 2022, their December auction is them going out of the year with a bang. Some of the highest standard of cars we've ever seen from them, including this stunner. Look at this, Phil, 1977 Land Rover Series 3.
I don't think I've ever seen a Land Rover this clean. This has been fully restored. It's got a fully galvanised chassis. It's got a fresh Exmoor hood on it.
Overdrive transmission, so it's a bit more usable on modern roads.
Started up first time. The engine is silky smooth. It's yeah, it's stunning. As an example of a Series 3, I don't think there's anything better. An absolute joy. This has just recently come in, this Chevrolet here. Official right-hand drive car, we think from Australia.
Yeah, because you have to have right-hand drive cars legally in Australia. A lot of American cars will be right hookers for the Aussie market. That is one of them, and it's amazingly clean.
Loads of paperwork with it. A real curiosity, but a glorious one at that. But
talking of glorious, what about this British icon? We love a Capri, parked next to another British icon, this Jag XK8.
Yeah, I just want to touch on the X100 because the very early ones, this is on a P-Reg, so this is a very early 96 car. These are getting rarer now in this original spec, so they've got the slightly smaller seats, really low mileage, early example. Beautiful. It's got a little few extras, the chrome door mirrors and chrome trim inside.
It's lovely. If you want an XK8, if you don't fancy the supercharged R, lovely car, 4 litre. Plenty of power. But
yeah, like you say, you referenced this Capri Xpack edition.
Yes, the Xpack, which of course was a factory or a dealer option for the Capri. You got a limited slip diff, you got different suspension, you got this wide arch kit, but this one, not entirely standard. It's been bored out to a 3.1 litre engine, it's got different suspension,
240 horsepower.
Bucket seats, Sabre harnesses, a roll cage in the back. It's been stripped out as a proper track car, Perspex rear window. What a weapon.
It sounds like you're sold to me. I think these were only available through about 80 official RS dealerships back in the day. So it was already a curiosity, and then it's gone one stage further, properly track spec'd. But yeah. There's a couple of XR3s. This is an XR3i.
Well, yes.
Here.
We're familiar with these. Obviously, we had one of these on the fleet a little while ago. This one, I mean, just look at the condition.
Yeah,
this hasn't been boy
raced
to death.
Yeah, no, it looks absolutely stunning, I think. And there's a black XR3, so the non-injection car. It's an SVO edition because it's got the black paint job, which we don't believe was an official factory colour at the time.
No.
So it was SVO ordered. So,
special ordered in black, and if anything, even tidier. I mean, that seat bolster. The first thing to go on XR3s is the seat bolster because they got the wing sporty seats. But this one, not a mark on it. Sunroof is perfect.
I just think they look better in either the black or the silver, actually. That would be the colour of choice. Funny enough, the guy that owns the Xpack Capri is also putting this 2.8 injection through the sale. This is supposedly registered in 1987.
Very, very late because the Capri went out of production in 86.
It's superb. I love its very original condition.
The half leather Recaros, just again, plump, beautiful condition. It's original down to the radio. No one's even put a more modern head unit in it. This is totally as original, glorious. And if you do want to put a cassette in there and listen to a bit of New Order, you still can.
New Order, that sounds quite modern by a
well,
Capri
I was going to say, I know Paul's a fan.
I just want to sort of go back, because having had all these sort of slightly hairy chested Fords, I wanted to sort of go back to this lovely Vanden Plas here.
What a beauty. I've just driven this for an upcoming road test video, and I can tell you it is a sweetie. It's the 1300A series with that famously low geared automatic, so it's in 4th gear by the time you're doing about 12 miles an hour. It's lovely to drive. It feels tight, it feels solid. This is a Vanden Plas edition, so obviously we've got the walnut, we've got the leather, we've got the nice armrest here.
A superb example. It's been well looked after.
This is one that you saw. I came back from the drive with this with a big old grin, and I am this close to putting a bid in on this myself.
So there we go. Got a bid against Joe. Right, slightly more modern and a bit more mundane is arguably this Mercedes C-Class. I would say for the guide price that this is up for, this is actually a really good daily driver modern classic.
Agree, because 190Es were filling that spot. Prices are creeping up now. A nice one in this condition is going to be double or even triple the money this is going to go for. And in truth, Mercedes purists might hate me for this. This is arguably the better car. Yeah, this is a nice cruiser, or even a first classic. Yeah. I know someone who had one of these as their first car because it was cheaper to insure than a 1.2 Fiesta.
Well, and then, yeah, I know which one I'd rather have.
Big fan, and there's plenty more beauties over here.
Let's head this way.
But first, our friends at Lancaster Insurance are running monthly giveaways. You can win all sorts, from experience days to tools, restaurant vouchers and tech. So click the link below at the end of the video to enter their latest competition.
So we've had some British Fords, Phil, but what about an American icon? 1965 Ford Mustang 289, the V8, with a manual gearbox.
This is the one to have, right?
Oh,
so it's a
it's just-
4.7 V8.
And this is an A-code Mustang. Do you know what that means? Later V8 with the high compression optional engine, more power, more performance.
That's right,
a
yeah.
muscle car in every sense of the word. I love this. You know I love American cars.
You couldn't get more iconic.
It's amazing,
say.
isn't it? And non-standard wheels, but I think they suit it down to the ground. The turquoise and white two-tone leather interior. You don't get that anymore. Listen to it and look at it and tell me you don't want it.
Well, I mean, you couldn't. It's spectacular. It's absolutely glorious.
But
So,
there's plenty more Fords down the back, and I can see one which is, again, a bit more European, but more to your taste, I think.
So we've had the British Fords and then the American icon that is the Mustang. How about some Americana, but a British Ford again? This lovely Ford Zodiac.
I know, 1970 model, stunning, isn't it? Just combines the best of both worlds. You've got the American-inspired styling, that interior. I mean, those dials, those big brown leather armchairs.
It's glorious, isn't it? This being the
Gorgeous.
1970 car, the suspension and cooling system were part of a facelift in '69. So this is the right era of Mark IV Zodiac to have. But like you say, the interior, I love it. I love those huge seats.
Proper armchairs, aren't they? And it's had a modern stereo put in it as well. It's got proper seat belts in it. It's got white wall tyres, it's gold with a brown interior, and I love it.
What more is there to say? Is there anything more evocative of that era of Ford?
Love.
I think it's lovely.
The thing is, though, if you want a 70s Ford, I'm a Mark III Cortina
well,
man,
you obviously
know
got pangs of missing our Mark III Cortina, Joe.
that.
So
Oh, I do, I miss
here's
it
one.
so. And when I saw this one, it was like seeing a ghost. But this one, Mark III, two-door GT. It's got slot mags in it, it's a more upmarket car, so you've got the auxiliary gauges, and it's a lovely thing. Quad lights, just,
A bit of you.
oh, absolutely a bit of me. I may have to bid on this.
Well, look, I really wanted to look at this, a 1937 Hudson Terraplane, a fantastic thing. They were popular in the US. This is a right-hand drive example. Supposedly it was a taxi at one point in its early life. 3.2 straight six engine, a lovely, lovely car. Sort of almost a mirror of that Chevrolet we looked at earlier.
The
but
sense of occasion with this, suicide rear doors, these enormous running boards. I mean, the space in the back, that is fit for presidents, dignitaries, Lord Philip of Weedon. No, love it. Really stylish, really spacious, and a proper sense of occasion.
Yeah.
But if you fancy a sense of occasion for you particularly, what about this over here?
a lovely Rover Metro. This brings back memories of my driving lessons and driving tests back in the early 90s.
You passed first time, I hope?
I did actually.
Good
yeah.
man, good man.
The check to the driving examiner got through. But this is a 1.1 S model. And again, I've driven this morning. What a great little car. The engine is as sweet as a nut, 5-speed gearbox. It's just such a delightful little car.
Been well looked after, hasn't it? The interior, absolutely immaculate with that oh-so 90s sort of rainbow effect trim. And in the boot, a T-shirt with this very car on it.
Yes.
It's not absolutely perfect. There's a bit of dapple paint on the roof, a little bit on the tailgate, but it's not broken through. So a good buff and a detail, you might bring this back. It's not terrible.
Yep.
And when you do so, you're left with a proper survivor of a car that you just don't see anymore.
Mechanically and structurally, this looks absolutely sound and very original. So literally get the car, get the T-shirt, and you're good to go.
You absolutely are, but if a Metro doesn't do it for you, as ever, this is an eclectic sale for WB. They've got everything from modern classics like MGZTs, they've got 90s luxury, they've got 70s barges, there's even a turbo AMG Mercedes drift car in the sale as well. So head to wb&sons website for the full catalogue of this auction on the 10th of December. You can bid online, over the phone, or in person, and the week before, I understand they have a car meet.
Got the Sunday Car Club meet, of course, on Sunday the 4th of December, so you can come down in person if you're in the Newcastle area. Come and have a look at all these cars in the flesh. A fantastic selection as ever, so yeah, happy bidding if you do get involved.
See you again soon.
This video is proudly sponsored by Lancaster Insurance. Give them a call on 01480 400 889 for an insurance quote on your classic car. And don't forget to click the link below to enter their latest competition.